all you've heard so far is gridlock. Is gridlock good or bad? Maybe it's good. Listen, there's a lot Trump can do, and the single biggest economic issue is really right now these tariffs, where Trump doesn't need Congress. He just suffered defeats in sort of his industrial heartland base, particularly Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. Boy, I don't think he's going to back off this trade war. I think he might intensify the trade war. And there's almost nothing else he can do that's bigger than that.
If President Xi called you up this morning and said, okay, so how am I supposed to react?
Buy more sorghum.
How am I supposed to react to this?
I'm going to buy more sorghum. No. Listen, if the president just wants to cut a deal that's buying more sorghum and natural gas, they could have done the Mnuchin deal months ago. All right. But I think the president may slowly be coming around to the Navarro position that this is a long twilight struggle with China that's going to redefine our economic relationship, our political relationship. I think there's somewhat bipartisan support for doing that, if not for the tariffs in particular. So I think there's a very reasonable case that this trade war will go on and intensify, and that's going to be bigger than the tax cuts or infrastructure. And I'm not quite as negative on infrastructure as some of your guests.
Okay, give us the positive view. How would you get to an infrastructure bill?
Listen, Pelosi has already said she'd like to do it, that she doesn't think they're going to impeach Trump unless the Mueller report is just absolutely terrible and Republicans go with it. Democrats have a big agenda that's about a lot more than infrastructure. So listen, either come with a down payment on the infrastructure deal. It also might make sense if the economy begins to slow, and the Democrats still have a lot more to talk about, and they can show they can actually get something done other than just investigate, which I think people are going to find very boring.
So, Jim, you're assuming that they're not going to take a confrontational approach.
They are going to be confrontational. They're going to tax returns, but they're not going to impeach the president on a single party line vote unless it is a blockbuster report, from Mueller. Saving that, I think they're going to want to get something done. All right. I mean, Kamala Harris may not want to get anything done, but there's going to be a lot of House representatives who are going to want to get something done, and that is that and health care with the drug prices are the two most obvious things.